Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL Dolphins Talk. Let me go ahead and start introducing everybody. I hope everyone's having a wonderful night. Y'all just hang on; it's going to be a show. Mr. Winters, how you doing, my brother?
What's going on, good brother? How are you today, man?
I'm above ground and upright. That's all I can ask for.
Man,
And then we got Mr. O'Hanlon, the
What's up,
old man
Paul?
of the
How
group.
are you?
I'm doing okay. And then long time no see on Tom O'Gara.
Hey, what's
Yo,
up,
yo.
Tom?
What's going
What's
on,
up?
man?
Watching this dude
Dolphin
game.
Winters, you and Tom take off with thing. I got to be on the phone for a minute.
All right, do your thing, brother. So, ladies and gentlemen, the elephant in the room is the Turkey Hill incident. I'm hoping it's not deeper than what it is.
It's a shake.
I hope it doesn't affect anything with the team. I mean, it's news, but this is all what the media is putting out right now. I mean, I don't know how you guys, have you guys heard about it? What you guys' thoughts on it? No, let's just go right into it.
It's a shakedown, bro. She literally had filters posted as she was doing a skin tight bodysuit with crutches, but no showing of leg, no joke. You went to play football drills, probably high heels and slipped.
John?
Listen, it's too early to tell. We have very few facts. They haven't told us enough. You know, it's the same old media stuff. Let's go with the bad. Let's run with it. Let's see what kind of publicity we can get. Who's going to jump in? Who's going to freak out? It's way too early.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, just like to let you guys know, all our Facebook users, not disregarding you guys, just don't know who's on there, unless Tom. Tom, are you on Facebook?
I think so. I can see some comments.
Yeah, because we just don't want to disregard our Facebook.
I think I'm on YouTube tonight. But Raphael, Crazy Dolphin, and then it just says Facebook user. Hello, but
yes, we want to say hello to those folks. We lost John. What happened to John? There we go.
Yeah, I try to jump on to see the chat, but it won't come up. So
okay, no. But yeah, man. So yeah, I'm just hoping that it's taken care of, and we can move on. You know, I mean, we do have life after football. We do talk about stuff on the off season, but you really don't want to be talking about stuff like this.
I'm back, guys. Give me a second. Let me.
It's not enough season unless Tyreek's done something to get in the news.
Yeah,
absolutely.
The paternity test went through too.
Definitely. Shout out. Go ahead.
Mr. Folks out there, Raphael. Let me see who's on Facebook. Give me a second on that. Go ahead.
But were you stepping out, Paul? Or are you back with us?
No, I'm back with you. I'm just looking to see who's. I got to pull up my Facebook to see who's on there.
Okay, no problem. And so, but I know I'm excited. I'm excited to see what we're gonna do. The coaches are at the Combine, right?
Yeah. Charles Kirby and Mike Sherrod's on Facebook watching us right now.
All right, Mike Sherrod, my man, Michael
What up, Mike?
K. Sherrod, and definitely Mr. Kirby. Definitely peace, love, fins up to those gentlemen. Actually, I was on a podcast with Mike Sherrod on TikTok. Once I get 1,000 followers, I'll branch off to there also, because I'm on there on a basis. So, yeah, I mean, right now the way I'm looking at it are needs. That's what I'm looking at. I'm hearing the rumbles, the rumors of King Henry wanting to come to Miami. That's the problem, and I really think take care of in-house first before we take care of putting money in other people's pockets first. I think we need to take care of players that we think we're going to keep here, which is Tua, Wilkins, than worrying about bringing somebody in. You know what I mean? Unless you bring somebody in and that's the right football.
Shout out to your brother Michael Winters there.
My man, Michael Winters. Definitely.
We're all doing good tonight, Michael. How are you doing?
Saying Dolphin Winters YouTube audio.
Yeah, I think that's more with you because you come in and out sometimes.
I know.
Yeah, see, I don't know what it is. It's like you'll be sounding good, and all of a sudden it goes real low.
Mhm. Yeah, everybody's got a sound check. Let me see if I can get my headphones.
Okay.
No doubt.
So, Tom, how you been, my brother?
I'm good. Just been running out of chicken my head cut off recently at work. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I tell you, I know I did. I believe John had a great time at DCC this weekend too.
Oh,
Looks like
yeah.
you guys had a good time.
Nah, DCC is always good. You see a lot of
Yeah.
the people that you see tailgating at the games, and then former players, current players, the coach, the owner. I got a chance to take a picture with Stephen Ross. Get to
Yeah, I
talk.
saw that. Yeah.
Got a picture with him.
I got to meet Dan Marino sort of directly, indirectly. When he got done talking on the podium, he came down to get on his bike, and I was standing right next to his bike. And I didn't ask to shake his hand or nothing. I just told him I loved watching him in the day, and I appreciate what he's done. I mean, told him he was my favorite player back then and stuff, and he appreciated it. Then Troy Drayton was there, Sean Wooden,
OJ McDuffie,
yeah,
Alex Ingold.
I got to see OJ at the beginning of the 99-mile race, but I wasn't able to catch up with him after that.
How about that, gentlemen? How about that?
Zach Thomas, Christian Wilkins. There's a lot of guys there.
Yeah, and I got that nice video of Zach Thomas signing those.
1 2 1 2.
Yeah, we hear you, winners.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you much better.
All right. So here's the thing. I can hear you guys coming through the phone, but you probably not.
Went out again.
Yeah,
Hold on.
But yeah, I mean, I had a blast. My wife enjoyed it. My girls enjoyed it. We all had fun.
Listen, it's hard not to. They put on a great thing. They start with the 99-mile race. They have the 54, which Zach was in. They had the 13, which Dan was in. You could see Dan was struggling. He's hurting. After the race, he definitely was hurting.
Yeah, well, he was hurting beforehand. You could tell.
Oh yeah.
And I think he had a pedal assist bike he was using. It wasn't full electric, but it did assist him some. There's a hybrid bicycle. Yes, sir.
All right.
And then the 39-mile race, I don't know who all did that. I know some of the people I know who did it. I think What race did Chris Matthews do? Did he do the 54?
Yeah, I believe Chris was in the 54. Holly, Duricky, Burke were in the 39. Butsky was in the 39. Holly, Duricky, and Burke were in the 13.
Solo D was in the 13.
Yeah, the Christian Wilkins was there. Zach Sealer was there. Troy Drayton was there. Just it's cool.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the people we know from tailgate, from the games, from hanging out.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just a lot of fun with everything they do, and it's like we try to tell people, this is not your typical bike ride or 5K. Your typical 5K, at the end of the race, you get your medal, you get a banana, maybe a yogurt, and a bottle of water. Here, you get a whole freaking meal served to you. You have you have all the drinks you want, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, and they have all these little giveaway items they give you and stuff.
Yeah, there's different companies there. They're giving away stuff. It's they had a pedal bike where you made your own smoothie, but you had to pedal the bike to run the blender.
Yeah, there was 2 different ones like that.
Yeah.
Huawei was there like they were last year, giving out the cookies and stuff, and
yep.
I just have fun, and I don't know I mean, and it's all for a good cause.
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, it's for a great cause, really. I mean, and I don't know what the final total is, but I know it's over 12 million this year.
Yeah, well, the total's not done because it still actually runs into March.
Yeah, I know, but it's over. They had over 6,500 participants. There was over 3,500 bike riders. So I mean, that's just a lot of people in general.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole lot better. I can hear you guys now. I had to sign out and come back in because you guys are coming through my headphones now. That's why I said it wasn't something right.
Yeah, and I mean, it was just there was a lot more people than last year, but what made it nice was the weather was perfect. Might have been hot. Well, I was going to say it might have been hot for John because he's not used to this warm weather.
No, it was beautiful down there. I mean, it was
74, I think, was the high.
Oh man!
But even so, where they had it set up this year was a lot better because there was shade all over for everybody.
Yeah, they had it right in the paddock area for the F1 cars.
Yeah, and last year it was more. There was only a little bit of shade for like your heavy hitters, and then under a couple of tents. Everyone else was really in the sun, and it was hot last year.
Well, the heavy hitters this year was up in the club level, and they had a whole club section open with just different foods all throughout. The only thing about that was, I guess maybe some of the players, former players, had complained too many people were bothering them last year, so they actually had a little separate area for them this year. You know, they were coming in and out, but you couldn't go in there.
Yeah.
So they had some privacy, you know, they got to relax, which I get. You know, they're human. They can only take so many pictures and sign so much stuff, you know, especially when they're signing everything for free. And I think having Dan there this year and the heavy hitters made a difference. You know, they need that quiet area.
Yeah. I seen him. I don't know if it was a picture with you or someone. It might have been Allie for all I know. He had his red wine there with him.
That might have been with
Allie and Mark.
Allie and Mark, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it was. I had a blast. I actually talked to Jalen Phillips 3 different times.
Yeah, Jalen was accessible throughout after the 13-mile bike race started. I mean, he just stayed there and was talking to people and taking pictures. And
I was talking to him when people were finishing up the 99-mile bike ride, and he was pretty much by himself. And then what's the one gal that rides a bike all the time? She's at the tailgate and all the time. Real petite. Is it
Lisa?
Lisa, yeah.
Yeah.
I was there when she finished up, and I was saying hi, and Jalen walked up to her because they're real close. He says she's her biggest supporter and everything. And that's where I brought up the fact of, you are, one of the best. I said, I told him, I said, your article the beginning of the year when it came out where you said you were doubting yourself. He goes, yeah. I said, you should never be doubting yourself. I said, you got it all. I said, you don't need to doubt yourself, buddy. And he was appreciative. He's very appreciative of anything positive, Oh,
yeah. I went over to him and I said, mind if I get a picture? He's like, no. I said, I took one with you 2 years ago at your first DCC. He goes, well, then we got to do this every year.
I mean, he's just a down-home good person.
Matt Collins was there. He's a free agent. Said he wants to come back to the Dolphins if they'll have him. Tall guy, outside receiver. That's what we need on the outside. He loves Miami. He came back to the DCC last year and this year. And this year he played for the Raiders. Who did he play for the year before, Tom?
Or the Raiders year before, I think Falcons this year, right?
Was it the Falcons this year and Raiders last year? Yeah. But he comes back for the DTC every year.
Yeah.
Mr. Polk says last week it was in the high 40s down there some days.
Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. I feel so bad. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
We're
freezing
finally-
cold for us Southerners.
We're
Listen,
finally
you
getting
gotta,
60s, but it's raining.
you gotta have at least one winter jacket in your closet.
And we do.
All right.
I do. He's down in Miami. I'm up north of Tampa.
Just one.
Oh man,
You only
No,
need one.
that is cold for them.
I have more than one.
You live up here. I think I have about 12 of them.
They have like 10 hats, jackets, everything, scarves. I don't know wear it, but I got it.
You want to drop the link, Paul?
Yeah, sure. What are we looking at as far as, my wife's really wanting AVG re-signed, which I think he will be. There's others I'm not so sure about. We know Xavier Howard's a post June 1st release. They've already told him that.
Well, there was some. I was listening to Mike and Ian just before we started, and I believe it was Ian that said he read somewhere today that the Dolphins want Xavier back, just not paying him what he was under contract for.
Yeah,
And
left the
that's-
door open.
Yeah, he's been injured the last 2 years and hasn't been able to give 100%. So,
Well, I mean, 2 years ago he played most of the games, but he was injured. He had that groin
Yeah.
injury, but he still played. This year he missed what, 4 games?
Yeah, the last 3 and then one in the random in the middle.
Yeah. So I mean, even
ever
though
since
he's
he
injured,
got that, ever since he got that extension, he just hasn't been 100%. But I mean, I love him. I love the guy.
I mean, his scheme this year didn't really do him any favors either. It's not his style at all.
No,
you,
well,
you do
it's-
that when as the year was going on, and then Ramsey's tweet out there saying that he won't forgive the guy for not using him properly. He was talking about Fangio.
Yeah, he said, I seen that today come up again, that he will not forgive Fangio for the misuse of him and X-Men.
Right.
I mean, if you let him rotate around a little bit, could have been even better. Force more turnovers. You're pinning them on the outside. They're not going to force it outside. They're going to go right in the weak ass middle with Duke fucking Riley.
Raphael, I'm going to say I believe your source could be wrong because I know AVG wants to stay here, and he's not going to be doing any looking elsewhere until he gets a definite answer from Miami.
I mean, Vic is definitely going to try to pull him. They're going to try to tempt him with money. But I think the only way that actually happens is if Hassan Reddick is actually dealt, because they're going to use that money and give it to ABJ. Fangio wants him. He wants Elliott too.
And the craziest thing is Miami is looking at Reddick.
I know.
Reddick, Queen. Yeah, listen, there's going to be a lot of names thrown out there. So until they sign and put their name on the dotted line, it's just speculation.
Well, I know Elliott wants to stay in town too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, AVG, I heard the same thing. AVG wanted to stay in Miami if possible. I want him to stay in Miami, to tell you the truth.
I mean, I think the positive has to be that he's probably going to start right away because Chubb's not going to be ready. Phillips most likely will be ready, so he'll still have a starting role. So the selling point for the other teams are going to be you can play 3 of the 4 downs. We can give you upwards to 7 to 12 million a season, whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I mean? It's going to be tempting, but we'll see what happens.
Mike, I posted Mike Sherrod. I posted the link in the Facebook for you. If you want to come on up, brother.
We're going to lose a certain amount of guys just because of money, and you can't blame them. They have a short period of time to make their money. They got to go with, if Miami's only offering 5 and somebody else is offering 10, they got to go where the money is. They only have a short amount of time.
Yeah, that's why they're so politically correct when they even say, like, these guys have earned the opportunity to be free agents. Obviously, we'd like to have them back, but let them. Well, it's the first time for a lot of these guys to check it out.
Right.
Now, did you see the supposed contract with Tua?
I heard
about
it.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's in line.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the guarantees. It's like 41.25 a mil a year.
Well, he's got 165 mil signing bonus on it.
105 or something, but 165 is guaranteed. But look at the guaranteed money. It's not. I mean, it says 220, but that 220 has a lot of
And this first year, starting this coming year, if they get this contract done out, he's only getting paid $15 million, which is going to help us out with the other people.
Well, of
for
course,
this
because
year.
they're only going to give him $15 million because of the big signing bonus and guaranteed down the road.
Yeah, I know
Right.
that. I'm just
And then you can-
stating it for all our watchers
Right.
and everything.
And then you spread it out the life of the deal, and you can even add the dummy years like that. These guys that get 5-year deals, they're not going to end up playing 4 of them. They're going to maybe get 2 or 3, and then say, "Oh, well, the market's dictating $70 million a season. Now it's my turn. Where's my money?" Da-da-da-da.
Oh yeah. It's a game. It's a game. It's a business.
That's
Wheels
what it
on-
is.
The language of these contracts is so key. It's one thing Miami's done well. Yeah, it looks like bad. They're in bad cap hell, but Brandon Shore and Greer are really good at writing contracts.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
But you can only kick that can down the road so much. So when you do go all in for it, that's when you got to figure out how to quickly recover.
How you doing tonight, Mr. Polk?
I'm doing pretty good. Papa Paul, Dolphin winners, Tom, and John. I'm doing pretty good. Oh, John, who was that you said wanted to come back to the Miami Dolphins?
Well, there's a lot of
Mac-
guys. Oh,
Mac Hollins.
Mac
Oh,
Hollins,
man.
the receiver.
Yeah, I remember him. I liked him because we used him on special teams, but when some of our receivers got hurt and he came in, he played pretty well. He's a big target, and to me he's kind of aggressive. So I that would be nice if we could bring him in. He probably
I love Mac Hollins. But they just didn't want to sign him, so he went to the Raiders. Then he went to Atlanta. He comes down every year for the DCC, even though he's not part of the Dolphins team. He's a free agent, but he comes down every February for the DCC and rides his bike. And the guy loves the area. So if they can pick him up, that's your big tall guy you need outside.
And
tall guys
it's going to be
and special
expensive
teams.
too.
Yeah, he's not going to be commanding 10, 12 million a year. You could probably pick him up for 3 or 4 million a year.
Yeah.
The thing that
And
hurt
like
him the
you
most
say,
was
Go
when
ahead.
Dallas had said Wilson showing out. And then we saw that, like, oh, he commands the middle of the field. Ooh, he's got speed. Ooh, he's got decent size. Shit, we'll take him. And then you let Matt go. And said did nothing until, like, this year he did well, pretty decent. But if you got this for 2 years, maybe okay, but not for the one we got.
Right.
Yeah, I miss Mac. I ain't gonna lie to you.
My choice, I'd bring him in.
Me too.
Well, hopefully they do, because and let me tell you, his attitude, his temperament, when he's around the people, he's just awesome.
Right.
They talk about players, coaches. He's a fans player. He likes the fans. He likes being around people.
Yeah.
You walk up and say, "Hey, Mac, how are you? Take a picture, sign something." Oh yeah, no problem. He's walking around barefooted and.
I mean, Jalen Phillips seems almost the same way. He loves the people.
Absolutely, he's a people's player.
He's a people's player, a people person. He's.
Yep.
But I did also hear that. Let me see who this is. Mike. What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
What's up, Mike?
I did read. I think I read it that Greer and them really would like to work something out with Christian Wilkins.
That's what I'm hearing also.
They're trying. I mean,
yeah.
Well, what I read on the other day was they're actually not that far off, and that's the good. And that's the positive.
And what they're going to do is something like they're doing with Tua, try and give them a sign-up bonus so they can throw it out down the road like they always do with everything else. It's like one guy I seen, because I was looking at, who's, we're at number 30 as far as the money goes.
Yeah, cap.
The cap goes. And, New Orleans was like way past us. And
Buffalo
so is Buffalo.
Yeah, Buffalo's down there too.
But New Orleans, some guy said, I guess he's a fan of New Orleans, says we're like that every year and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's
so, but like I had asked, I was on TFTG earlier and I asked, and I'm sure there's probably, and El Capitan knows a lot of that, just like you would, Tom. I had asked, well, why can't you know, if Stephen Ross really wants, why can't he say, you take this much, I'll just give you a check for a Christmas bonus or something, you know, out of his own pocket and stuff.
Because two things. One, the Players Association would never allow that. And if they found out all the things that would happen, suspensions, draft picks being taken away, there's just no way.
Well,
Ethics,
we don't need
unfair
that.
advantage.
I'm just saying that, though, because at the same time, look how much Stephen Ross has tried doing in the past.
I mean, that's what he does, though, dude. You think about it. He just does it structured and within what he can do. Okay,
Yeah.
sign him to 220, but here, I'm gonna open my checkbook and give him 165. Here you go. Like, the bonuses he's given, that's what they're doing. When they're restructuring these deals and giving them bonuses to make their cap hit, nothing is him opening the book and giving the money right then. But those numbers still, regardless if they're getting that money, spreads over across the few next years. Like the whole thing with Armstead, everyone's like, oh, he should retire. Retiring, you're still going to pay him $50 million for the next 3 years, regardless, against the cap. 20, 20, and 10 or whatever it is. He only has $8.5 million left on the money. It's like $5 million this year and $3.5 million next year of guaranteed money. But you still got to pay the 12.5 each year plus the bonus. For Wilkins, they said they were close. The issue Wilkins had when they said that they were close, like they clarified, someone from his camp said that it's the guaranteed money is the issue. Like when he was getting the 26 or whatever offer, and they were only a few million off of what he wanted, was because he was only getting like 54 to 66 guaranteed money millions when he wanted closer to like 75 or 80. Just stability.
Yeah. See, I'm still, you know, like, it's why I ask people I know who know about the cap. I'm not 100% familiar with it. I know little ins and outs that I've learned from you, Tom, and from Cap and other people, because I've never been honestly involved in football as much as I have the last 2 years. You know, it's
same here, Papa Paul.
Well, it's you guys and me being involved in it as much that really brung me out of my funk, and I'm happy for it, and I'm happy to call each and every one of you my brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I like talking about Dolphin football. That's my favorite twist. Ain't it? Winters on. I'm trying to grow on TikTok.
No, not you, Mike. Not Mr. Every 2 hours.
Hey, I'm the biggest. Hey, look, hey Tom, I'm the biggest. I'm the biggest. Anybody tell me I'm the biggest supporter of Tua on TikTok?
I believe it.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, he is. Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, I'm the biggest supporter of. Anybody come in my live, they be like, they say something crazy about Tua. I kick him right out my live, bro.
He's our quarterback. Support him, or go support somebody else.
You know what? It's your show. You have the right to do what you want.
Right.
No,
the thing is, like, everyone that wants to get rid of him, replace him right now with who?
Exactly. That's what I'm They come out Justin Fields and Kirk Cousins. I'm like, bro.
Look, I'm not saying to get rid of him. My opinion was wait till the end of this contract before you go looking at signing him to an extension and stuff. But like John has stated and other people have stated, there are pros and cons to it either way.
Yep. Okay. If he ball out this year, he's gonna do good this year. You're gonna have to pay him way more. Like,
you can lower his cap by signing him long term, so you help the team by giving him flexibility to get somebody. Yeah, committed. I mean, either way. So then you'd be 23 something is what the QB cap is, or whatever the tag.
Yeah,
his fifth year. I'm sorry, but his fifth year is 23.7, I believe. And if you sign him to a long term deal, you can make his cap probably like 10 to 15.
Well,
so
the talk was like 15. But real quick, I gotta say, Miss Pamela won't be able to join us tonight, but she told me to tell everyone that she said hi.
Okay. Hello, Miss Pam.
Hey, Miss Pam.
Yeah. Salute my sister. I just want to make one comment that when it comes down to, and I've said this a million times, when it comes down to the Miami Dolphins and our roster, whoever's on our team, I'm going to support them. But if they're not doing, and when I say this, I'm not not pointing that to. I'm pointing this at the whole roster. If you're not doing what you need to do to help us get to the promised land, if we can move off for you, we're gonna move off for you. And that doesn't just apply. That's not applying the two. That's the whole team. That's why I'm saying when it comes down to our roster, I'm neutral. I'm going to support you if you're on our team and you're doing well. But if you're not and you kind of drag this down, then we need to put somebody in your spot that's going to do better.
Sean,
So
thank you for
What's up,
joining.
Sean?
What's up, guys? Sorry I'm a little late, but I saw you guys were talking about this weekend and stuff.
Well, are you recovered from this weekend?
It was a blast. Yeah, that was a blast.
Oh, it was.
It's the second year I've done it, but
I was there last year, but I didn't participate because I was in a wheelchair last year.
oh, that's right.
I'll be the first to admit I didn't walk the whole 5K. I cheated some.
Oh,
And I took the elevator up. I took the elevator up the helix.
Instead of taking the
But I did walk down the helix.
Oh, lost time.
we didn't have to walk down. There wasn't much after you walked down the helix. That was like the end.
Yeah. I walked down. I didn't take the elevator down, but I sure took the elevator up.
It was still for a good cause, Papa Paul.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was for a good cause.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
And
We did-
it was
Regardless.
it was just a lot of fun, the whole event, seeing everybody we see during the games and everything. And people that we
Yeah.
don't get to see that often during the games. We only see one
Exactly.
or two games,
A lot of people fly in for that and stuff too, like we did.
Well, like I can never remember his name from Germany.
Dirk.
No, Dirk wasn't there this year. Was the other
Andreas was there. Yeah, Andreas was
yeah.
there. Although he
Andreas.
didn't walk or anything, which he didn't do last year either, I don't believe.
But he was there for support and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice seeing him.
Yeah, we saw him a couple times. He's awesome. I love Andreas.
Yeah, I know he got a lot of signatures on that helmet for.
Oh, yeah.
And,
And I never thought that I would be auctioning off my bike helmet, but yeah, that was kind of crazy. Especially when I got Dan Marino's autograph. I never thought I'd be giving it to anybody to auction off for the Dan Marino Foundation. But
hey, it's good things. It's all good.
oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of players that I got on that helmet too. But
I have a jersey that Tom had got me, a Helping Hands. It's Helping Hands jersey with number 1 on it. Right now, there's only 4 signatures on it. I say 3 really because you can't really even see Waddle's signature on it because his marker was wet when he signed it. But there's Sealer. There's I think it's Raekwon Davis and Nick Needham on there.
That's
I want to get several more before I raffle that off or auction it off. And that is going to go to Nick Needham's foundation.
very cool.
4D family.
Very cool.
Or 40-40, I mean.
I hope we sign him too. We got to sign a lot of people.
There's
Yeah,
a lot of people.
we got like 20 free agents.
No,
Yeah.
there was I was 29 free agents is what we actually have.
Some of them we don't need to. I mean, there were people that we were signing off the couch for the last game that are some of the free agents, but
Yeah, like this is how I feel about certain free agents. Like the wide receivers, we can let if I was the GM, I would let Chosen go and Jeff Wilson. And I mean Jeff Wilson, I'm talking about Cedric Wilson. I said Jeff Wilson.
yeah, I thought we already let Cedric go.
I think Cedric is gone.
Yeah, I think Cedric, isn't he?
I think Cedric.
Well, I don't know if you've seen it earlier, Sean, where I said I actually got to meet Dan Marino in a sense. Well, after
yeah, I'll let you finish and then I'll tell a story. But yeah,
after he got done talking on his podium, as he's coming down, I was actually standing right next to his bike. And I just said hi. I had him on film, but you can't really hear him with all the other noise going on. But said hi, how you doing? And said I loved watching you play in the '80s and stuff like that. I didn't ask for anything, just let him be. And he really didn't look that happy at the time.
He didn't look happy when I talked to him either.
Yeah, my friend said, he said, I ain't never see Dan Marino happy. I said,
I actually did see a couple pictures. He actually, when I saw him crossing the finish line, or right before he crossed the finish line, when he was getting there by the walking finish line, coming through on the bike, he actually had a smile on him, like, "Oh God, this is over."
Well, he was using an electric bike too.
Yeah, a pedal assist, I think it was actually.
Yeah.
It was half and half, like, or a hybrid.
Yeah.
But hey, but he was still looking like, oh, I'm happy. I'm at the end now. He had a smile on his face, though.
Yeah, I remember I finished and then I got off and got my camera and got ready to take a picture of him coming across the line. And I got one, but Matt Moore beat him across the line.
Well, you were one of the first ones across then.
Yeah, actually I was. But it's funny because I went back and looked at the standings because I was in the A heat, but we got delayed for like 5 minutes at one point because there was a red light that there were cars in both lanes and the cops just sat there with their sirens blaring. So I think some of the people from the group B and C got better points than me because we had to wait like 5 minutes there. But yeah, I was in the top 5 or 10 of the A heat.
Well, I tell you what, the guy who finished first, when he came across, I seen him all by himself. There was no one around, and it was like, holy shit. I mean, he was flying when he came right past the finish line for the walkers and all.
Was it the same finish line for the?
Because the walkers were. We had already started, but the walkers finish line was like right there where it went down.
I got you, and it was right before the actual finish line.
Yeah,
but it was over to the right.
Yeah,
that's
or
right.
The left as you're going out, whatever you want to say. Yeah, but
yeah,
I had a blast the whole time. I said,
I love that event. I had a blast on it last year too, and yeah, we're definitely going to do it hopefully again next year as well. And we got a chance on Friday to go to the Dan Marino Foundation and tour the kids one, which was really cool.
Nice.
But in the heavy hitter after party, I saw Dan Marino and he was standing over in the corner, and I asked him to sign the helmet that I had, and I only had a black pen and the helmet was black. And so he got the face that he made at me.
I can't believe you asked me to sign this black helmet and I got a black
well, pen. Yeah.
Man. We have a newcomer, Mountie.
What's going on,
Mountie?
What's going on, gents? What's going on, panel? What's going on? First off,
How you doing?
I like to pay homage to Papa Paul. You've been rocking in the community when we used to do Batman had his spaces on Penzaholic, and I like to pay special homage to you for your seniority and your knowledge in the community, man. You're like the patriarch of our fan base. So salute to you, sir.
Oh, thank you. It's gonna make me blush.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. That means a lot.
Yeah, mine is cool, dude.
Yeah.
What's going on, Crazy Dolphin? What's going on, panel? How y'all doing?
Not bad, bro.
Doing all right.
Hey, listen, patriarch. Hey, I was just I flipping through. I think it was Twitter or something. I try to kind of stay away from social media a little bit because it gets my nerves going. But But they're saying Spotrac is projecting, and I know it's just projections of what a contract could look like for Tua. And look, those of you who love Tua, I get it. I like Tua. I like him as a person. I like him as a player. But look, as being a former business owner, I like to give guys what I feel is their worth and what their value to my organization. Not just, and this is a business, I get it. And we go by this thing called market value. But look, man, I want to win. I want to be competitive. And I've said before on multiple platforms across social media, you know, I don't like, I can't stand New England, but you have to respect how they run their organization. The guys have 7 championships, and I used to hate on them because how are these guys just winning a chip and they're picking 2 and 3 times on day one? If you look at them, but because they draft well, they develop well. When these guys get high priced, they ship them out for high draft picks. And why can't we adapt that mentality, that discipline, that culture to do the same thing? Why not?
I'll say this. This is what I'll say. The reason why I don't, I mean, on paper, yes, New England has 7 Super Bowls.
No,
And
they have
there have
6.
been documented that some of them should be also.
Yeah, they have 6.
And I'll
They
be
have
honest,
6.
I mean, 6.
Tom Brady has
6
7, but he got one with.
Tampa, yeah.
in Tampa. I think they should be tainted and
Absolutely.
asterisks next to every single one of them. They were caught. They were caught 3 times.
I don't
3
get it. I
times.
don't get a Patriots credit. I'm being straight. I don't get a Patriots credit.
Right. On the business aspect, as you said, what they did was they found a way to be able to budget to get good players. Belichick was a very instrumental and influential person in those picks, so he knew what he was looking for. He knew what type of player he was.
Well,
So
Tom Brady. Tom Brady
what-
never played for what he was worth, in my opinion, either.
Not even close. He took a lot less money, so they could sign other players.
Well,
He said that.
And one thing I got to say is, like, right now is the first time in a while that we had some coaches that are actually developing some of the players, as we have seen with our offensive line this past year, which everyone was moaning, groaning, even I was, about we need offensive line. We need offensive line.
I said the same thing too.
And
I personally still think we do. I think that we are right now, Tua's getting rid of the ball quicker than he should. He's only reading one read a lot of the time because that's the only amount of time he has.
I agree with you, but with what we had, our offensive line coach was able to develop these players enough to give Tua that time to read that one read at least, where the year before he hardly had any time.
Well,
right, because
but the problem with that is if the first read's not there, then what?
I understand that. And I agree with that. That's where I've said in the past that we need an offensive line. We do need an offensive line. I'm not saying
we need. I say one of our first draft picks, probably our top 2. We need some guards. We need a center. I mean Connor Williams. I don't see us signing him because he's coming back hurt and he wants money like a top 5.
Well,
center.
Especially because he sat out for a bit last year. They're going to look at him like, you're crazy.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like Connor Williams, like Teron Armstead coming back. Like we need a left guard, we need a center. Right guard and left and right tackle, we okay. So we just need a center and a left guard because Robert Hunt and Austin Jackson, they're good. And they just signed.
Well, Robert Hunt's one of our free agents, so.
Yeah. Well, I would say this is this. And I was just talking to a fellow Dolphin friend of mine for 40 years. Listen, and I'll accept all criticism because that's who I am. We can talk about it, chat it out. But Tua, basically, he led the league in passing yards. He led the league in a lot of passing, a lot of statistical categories for a quarterback as a position. We had 2 receivers that were plus 1,000 yards in receiving. We had a 1,000-yard rusher, 22 rushing touchdowns.
We almost
And we
had
had
2.
another running back with 800. We had another running back with 800 yards and multiple double-digit touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken. To me, look, our offensive line is not that bad. Its execution is where we need to come in. And Tua, and this is where it comes back to Uno, where he has to use, first of all, I think he has to use his abilities, all his faculties, to be able to extend plays and make plays down the field.
Well,
Because when you have all that statistical data in front of you, that's not really indicative of a bad offensive line.
It's
Well,
because he got rid of the ball so quickly, though. He got rid of the ball faster than anybody in the league.
yeah,
But he
Right,
still had
but the thing,
1,000+ yard receivers, though.
right, but the thing is with the offensive line, and I'm gonna give kudos to Bush Berry a million times because I have. You know, he when Teron Armstead got hurt, he brought in well, when any of the players offensive line
Win
got
helped
hurt,
a lot.
he brought
Was that
you brought in Wynn, you brought in Kendall Lamb, you brought in I can't think of the guy's name.
you
You brought these guys in and you plugged and played and they played well because Tua didn't get hit as
He
much
ain't
as he
getting
did
sacked that a lot.
last
I
year.
looked that up this year. He ain't the most Tua got sacked. They said Tua got sacked like 21 times this whole entire season.
Yeah, but that's, I think,
How
because
many times
somebody
you
in the
got?
offseason
How
came
many
and
times you
said
got?
to him, Tua, you got to
Oh,
get rid of it in under 2 seconds. And that's what he was doing. If
I
he had
think
more
Tua.
time, he could check down. But everybody,
Yeah, man, me. Hey, listen. The thing is, like, Tua got to stop throwing the ball to Tyreek Hill all the time. You got other people like tight end. You got
well,
Darren Smites.
yeah,
Like,
but
Julian Hill,
that
Chase
comes
Claypool.
down to the
The-
coach,
That's
and the
coaching.
plays he's calling,
Well,
and you know, it's
Darren, they left
I
Darren
got
for real. Papa. Hey, they left Darren Smites.
well, check this out. In that Tennessee game, when Tua took that sack on that 4th and 2, Braxton Berrios was wide open. In the middle of the field, his field of view, he was wide open. He was tracking Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill
Darren
is
Smites was
his
open
hot
too.
route.
I understand that, but that's because of the play that the coach had called.
Coach, I
That's
put
where
that
he
on the
wanted to
coach.
throw. You know, but I just got to say
No,
something on
some
an
of it,
article
some
I
of it.
started to read today, and I stopped reading it because to me it was blasphemy. Talked about that we had no rushing game.
Oh,
What?
are you kidding me?
That's ridiculous.
What? Oh, hey,
Yes.
yo, I would stop
With
reading it too.
Raheem Mustard, A
Out there,
Chain,
Bob.
Jeff Wilson was looking
And it
good
was
also.
the main thing it was talking about was because of the Kansas City Chiefs game in the playoffs and all, which I go back and look at that. And there again, I'm saying the same thing right now. I blame it on the coach because our coach is supposed to be a run guru, and he seems to forget about the run and is still trying to get that pass downfield to Tyreek and others and Waddle mostly, instead of sticking with the run that's actually working. He's got to stop these going left and right and keep going down the middle though.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is with this Mike McDaniel thing, and it, you know, some people may call it a conspiracy theory, but I really think that Mike McDaniel is here. Basically, he's here for Tua to restore his confidence and to help to revive his career. Because to me, as far as I'm concerned, Tua should not be dropping back 35, 40 times a game. 20, 25 times a game is sufficient. I think he's trying to get to restore his career. I really do. I really do with all my heart. I think so. He's here to restore his career.
well, I think that he's an offensive-minded coach, and we didn't have one to his first 2 years. The guy that was running the offense had no clue.
I'm glad
So I think
I'm glad you said that, Mr. Sean. I'm glad you said that. Hey, that's
But
all I be
but
talking about on my podcast all the time on TikTok.
Well, real
But,
but
quick,
but
here
what I'm saying, but the
real
thing is, but he's a head coach. He's not an offensive coordinator. When you're a head coach, you have to have a certain dynamic as far as how you're thinking. It's overall, not just the offense.
Well, real quick, I want to shout out to
Hmm.
whoever's listening to us on X or Twitter, because we don't get that all the time, but we get it some. It's one person, and I just appreciate you listening to us. And thank you for joining us.
yeah. But the thing is though with McDaniels is that you can't, you have to develop schemes for the other the other wide receivers,
Other
the
players. Yeah.
tight end, the running back. You have to develop schemes from them because what happened this season to me is that we started off blowing people out, but see what happened because we kept going
Shit.
with Waddle
Emotion.
and Tyreek. People
People
were
clued
catching
in
on to
on it.
that. They keyed in on it, and they knew how to. If we take out Waddle and Tyreek, that's it. That's just the offense down because they know we're not going to depend.
Run
We're
the
not
ball.
going to run the ball, and they key into that. So what I'm saying is that you have to start utilizing the other players. We brought Chase Poole in. Claypool in, he's supposed to be a combination of a big back with speed. And now
He was
people are
running
saying,
some
well,
awful routes though.
no, but the
Yeah,
thing
that
is,
game against
right,
Buffalo.
but
Well, that game against
but
Buffalo, I was like, oh
let me
my god, what is he doing?
no,
Like,
let me
oh,
but
Yeah.
let me finish.
But let him
Let me say
finish.
this:
Yeah.
if you don't put if you don't put him in enough, of course he's gonna run. He may run bad routes because you're not utilizing him. Because
yeah, I
everything is
feel
going to Tyreek and Waddle. You have we had
Kirk Cousins
Burials.
and Craig
You had
Carr.
Cedric Wilson, River Craycraft. We still got Easy E. Well,
Yeah.
the Easy E was hurt. What I'm saying is you got to utilize these guys. Durham Smite, Julian Hill. You got to utilize these guys besides Tyreek and Waddle because that's to me why these teams were keying in on us because we're not changing up the scheme. We still trying to force Waddle and Tyreek down the throats of our opponents, and they were ready for that because the guy, one defensive back with the Ravens, was on ESPN or the NFL channel talking about it, and he was right. They
Oh, you
knew
talking about Marlon Humphreys? Marlon
what's
Humphrey.
Well, yeah,
what
yeah,
I'm
From
yeah.
the
saying is
Ravens.
that this guy knew they knew what we were going to do before we hit the field. They already knew what we were going to do, and that's why we hadn't had that. That's why we lost to them. That was one of
Hey,
our.
Has anybody noticed the better teams, i.e., Baltimore, Dallas, Buffalo? They're trying to get hip to this motion. They're not
Yeah.
really going for that motion, and they're staying home. And we're being kind of ill-effective. They take away the middle of the field and make Tua throw outside the numbers, and that's what he's not most great at. He's not good. He's
Monty, you there, Monty?
He still there out.
He might
Yeah,
have lost him.
sound like he
Monty,
just
come
changed
back.
that. No, but that's
well,
I mean we got to change up this season coming up.
Scheme, yeah,
You got to
the
do something
Well,
scheme.
different, completely different. You
I
can't
feel
be
like we
doing the
don't
same.
have a real tight end yet. I mean,
Well, I mean, we
Smythe
had
is there for
Galloway.
blocking. He's occasionally open, but he's not. I mean, Gesicki, his problem was and
He
that's
couldn't block
exactly. Well, he
because
couldn't
He
block,
couldn't block.
and
but
he
see,
couldn't and he couldn't
mhm.
play under McDaniel as a result because McDaniel requires a blocker because he
Mhm.
can't tip your hand and say, okay,
but
well, we're going to pass because we're putting in Gesicki. I mean, and
but
that's
at
what we were
say
doing the first
but
year.
at the same time, McDaniel never really hardly even used the tight ends this year.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we don't have one.
they
What
But
tight
what
end. They
what
He
other
didn't
teams.
use the
what
They
other
tight
wide
end.
receivers neither.
what good is
They
a
tight
tight
end
end
was
if you're not going to use them?
Yeah. And they tight end was Alec Ingle for the blocking. Yeah.
No.
Alec Ingle was in there mostly of the time. And he came down. I remember the game against the Jets, how they keyed in and Alec Ingle had to go down in the box, act like he was gonna play tight end, and he was blocking the whole time.
Because we need blockers, but yeah.
Blockers.
So you have to change things up. And when you see
back with
something
it,
that's not working in your game, change it up. Don't just stick with the same thing if it's not working. Change it up. That's what you have to do.
Yeah. It's like this is how I feel about Mike McDaniels. When they shut this run down, I love Mike McDaniels. Like this is how I feel. When they shut the run down, I think he just be like, God damn it. Like, I don't know what the hell to do.
Well,
like,
9 times out of 10, when they were shutting the run down.
He'd be like, I don't know what to do. Like,
okay, but 9 times out of 10, when they were shutting the run down, it's because he was running it to the left and right, not straight up the freaking middle.
Well, we didn't have a real power back either. I mean, a chain's one that can break it out the side of the tackle, but
he can. If you ever watched him play at Texas A&M, he was running.
Texas A&M is different than the pros, though.
It is and it isn't. He was still making moves that was making anybody miss, and he still does it now. You got to give these guys. Plus, you have a fullback in Alec Ingle that can make an opening for him.
Here's my thing, Alec Ingle. We have one of the top. I mean, he made the Pro Bowl. He's one of our Pro Bowlers. Why can't we pick up a 3rd and 1?
No, because
we never run up the middle. We don't have a big back. I mean,
let me answer
maybe
that.
Part of the reason, but
that's it. He didn't run it up the middle.
Right. Yep. Not only that, but if this was what I've been saying before, if you go ahead and take Chris Brooks on throw down and short, or when we in the red zone,
I agree. Yeah,
put him in there and utilize him. But when you don't utilize him, then he's labeled by the NFL and what have as not being a good back. That man can run the ball. He runs aggressively, but we are not utilizing his talent because I said it from when we got him on the team and I watched him in preseason. Use that man in the red zone. Use him use him in 3rd and short. I'm not saying he's a 3-down back. No, use his size and strength and aggressiveness. Like I said, in the red zone in 3rd down and short.
Well, real quick.
What do we?
Real quick, I gotta agree with Hooked Up Joe that our O-line has no push. Because in actuality, when you look at it, we have one of the smaller O-lines out there.
Well, Papa Paul, you got to remember, in the Shanahan system, it requires for a smaller, nimble type of offensive lineman. Look at Denver. Look at the Denver Broncos when they went on their tear for their 2-year back-to-back Super Bowls. The heaviest guy was like the heaviest guy was like 315, maybe, if that. So when you're running zones, outside zone, inside, like those guys got to be able to get out of their stances and get up to the second level. You can't
not just like Trent Williams. Trent Williams is a beast. I wish the Dolphins had somebody like Trent Williams. We can't say Teron Armstead like him because he get hurt all the time.
I know I'm going to be repeating myself on this because I've done it on other shows. Quit laughing, winners. Quit laughing, winners. I see it. Look out in the future. There is a boy coming up that is a heavy boy, but is quicker than hell. And that's Eddie Pierre Luis, who's going to be playing for Oklahoma Sooners. He plays at Tampa Catholic here in Tampa, Florida. He's 6'3", 330 pounds, and runs a sub 1,300 meter dash.
Papa Ball, I've seen that guy. That kid is amazing. I've never seen a guy that big run that fast. I've never seen a guy that big.
And you
run that fast?
Yeah, he's running track.
It's like he's a guard that runs like a linebacker.
Yeah,
right. My son, he played football. My son's 6'6". He went 330. He run track too. I'm trying to find him a different school to go to. Like, cause the school that I live in Maryland, and the football team and plus my son, he from North Carolina, and he be like, Daddy, I wish you lived in Florida so I was like, bro, you gonna do good. I said, man, like that's all I got. I tell him always run the little defensive ends, and I said run them people over, maul them. His coach he was
Yeah,
like,
you got to impose your will, man. Football is
yeah,
about imposing will, being smart, in opposing will. It is what it is.
yeah. He actually he got a letter from what's their college, Tennessee, for him to. Cause my son here, junior, he played left guard and center, but I don't think he want to play football no more because he always get hurt. Like, I told him, like you.
Congratulations to your son, but tell him what I will do because I played football at the collegiate level. Hey, work on his body, and flexibility and strength training. That's all.
Yeah. Come on,
See,
Mom.
a lot of people work on. See what happens is a lot of guys. Oh, I'm a bit big and strong, but you got to work on your flexibility. Your flexibility is key.
Yeah. So I seen today, I was just strolling through NFL.com. They said Derrick Henry, he really interested in coming to Miami.
I saw that too.
Well,
I hope
he's
so.
interested, but at what price?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
what I'm
And
point.
what can we
saying.
pay him?
That's what I'm saying, John. Yeah.
My point.
Well,
But
he should know by looking at things that he ain't gonna get much from us because we ain't got the money to spend on him.
Exactly.
We're trying to retain what we got because what we got, or the good people that we got, because they know the scheme and the system already.
Well, you know what? It goes back to what I said before. You know, if you look at our running back roster, A-Chain, Mustard, Jeff Wilson, Chris Brooks. With those guys right there, we should be all right.
I
Well,
think they're going to end up
Because
cutting
Henry's
Wilson.
that big back we need. That guy would help our line immensely too.
Okay, well, Chris Brooks is a big back too.
He's
Nah,
not.
But he's not Derrick
He's a
Henry.
big back.
Yeah.
No, he
I'm
ain't no
not saying
Derrick Henry.
I'm not saying he's Derrick Henry.
Crazy
What I'm
Dolphin. He ain't
saying is
Derrick
that
Henry.
listen, I'm not saying he's Derrick Henry. I never did say that. What I'm saying is that he is a big back, and we need to utilize it. I didn't say he was a Derrick Henry. I know the difference.
Well,
I'm saying we need to
I say
utilize it.
this. I think for me, Mr. Polk, I'll say this. I think once he gets healthy and 100% in game shape, they will use him next year. But I don't think I want to rush him back there.
Yeah.
Don't rush him. Don't rush him with that injury. Because I remember I was there. I was there with you, Papa Paul, for that game, and John O'Haley. I was there for that game. It was sad. Like I was talking to Finn Sticky after the game, and he was right there, and he was just like, "You went the collision, the tackle, you heard him scream," and I was like, "Oh." So it was bad. That was a bad injury. So it wasn't like, hopefully he'll be back before like training camp, and hopefully everything will go on as scheduled, and hopefully he'll come back stronger than ever.
You talking about Jalen Phillips?
No, I'm talking about
Chris Brooks.
Well, don't forget,
Hey,
Jalen
can I
Phillips
ask
had
a
a bad
question,
injury
bro?
too.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Can I ask a question?
Him and Chubb both, but
Yeah, hey, look, I ain't gonna cry. When I seen Bradley Chubb fall down, I was like, God dang, man. I had tears come out my eye. I was like, there go our defense right there.
Yeah, but that could have been avoided if they would have pulled him out that game.
yeah.
Exactly,
We was
Mr.
losing
Paul.
already anyway. I mean, we were
Exactly,
winning.
Mr. Paul. The game was already decided. It was no reason for our starters to be in at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was saying.
That was see. That's what I'm saying. That's
Hey, look, I blame that on Fangio.
Well, he's just a coordinator. Mike McDaniel's the head coach.
It's a hit.
That's what
Well,
I'm
the
saying.
coordinators.
That's the point. That's where he needed to step up and say, "Look, I'm pulling him out."
Player out too. Yeah, a coordinator can tell him.
Real quick. I just gotta say, happy birthday to Sophia, Radimus's daughter. She's out there
Happy
watching
birthday.
with Radimus.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday
Happy
to
birthday.
my niece. Happy
All right,
Happy
guys.
birthday, Sophia.
Happy birthday to you.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Sophia. Happy
Hey,
birthday.
hey,
Birthday
let,
to
let me
you.
let me ask this. Let me ask this question to the panel. Now, should we allow Tua to play out on his 5th-year option or extend him? Now, because
Well,
see, the fact is,
they're going to extend him, so it doesn't matter.
the fact
Well,
of the matter is this. Because I've been saying this. First of all, we shouldn't be in a situation where you have to extend a player to give you cap relief so you can extend everybody else. Now, this
well,
guy, like I say, I like Tua. This is his first year playing a full season. He played well. He made the Pro Bowl, which I don't care about. He led the league in passing in every statistical category to end up with 7 points in a playoff wild card. Now, when you got a quarterback that has those kind of statistics, that's embarrassing to just be able to put up 7 points, and you're leading in every category, almost every category for a quarterback. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'm just saying this guy led the league in passing, and you can only put up 7 points against, formidable. And then Patrick Mahomes, he goes on to win a chip with just marginal players and maybe Travis Kelce.
can I answer your first question? Because you asked a couple
Go
of
ahead,
them.
go ahead.
As far as him making him play through this year, when we picked up his 5th-year option, it was completely guaranteed. So he's on the books for $25 million right now. If we sign him to a new contract, if we're able to work something out with him, I really hope it's not $50 million like some people are talking. I hope it's more around $40 million, but he should really have like an incentive-laden contract right now, in my opinion, until he proves that he can consistently play through the whole season. And one of the other things that he did state a couple of years ago when we lost to Tennessee, which a number of us were at, he stated that he was going to go learn how to play in the cold. I don't think he's ever done that since that game. I mean, he hasn't. I guess last year, not this past year, but the year before against Buffalo, he had a pretty good game in the cold. But other than that, it's kind of rare when the weather gets cold, and that was part of what was going on in Kansas City. But as far as him playing out his 5th year, if we're able to sign him to something that is team friendly, then I think we do it because we can give him a bonus and push his cap down the line, if that makes sense, and we clear up that $25 million in cap space. But that's just my opinion.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Somewhere between 10 and 15 against the cap this year instead of 25.
He would, yeah. Or he might count as 0 depending on what bonus we give him. But
look, the thing is this. With Tua, I mean, he has to learn to do what his peers are already doing. So
the thing about Tua, personally, we haven't had a better quarterback than him since Dan Marino, and I don't know why.
I get that. But see, I'm
not going
to get lost in that.
But if you look at his,
again, is the goal to win the Super Bowl or not just be competitive, but win the Super Bowl?
But if you compare his stats in his career to Marino's, already he is comparing to most of the top years of Marino's, and Marino had a lot of bottom years too, where there was a year where he threw for 24 picks or 22 picks and 24 touchdowns. Tua's never done. I mean, if he did that, our fan base would go crazy. It's weird how he's very similar to Marino in a lot of ways too, other than he throws left-handed. I mean, he gets rid of the ball as quickly as possible and he's accurate. He's not a mobile quarterback, and neither was Marino.
And I'll give you that. And see, this is one of the things that I noticed when he was a rookie. Marino, listen, arguably one of the most prolific passers this game has ever seen. He's a gunslinger. He's a gunslinger. He got the arm talent to do things, and he took risks, where Tua does not really. He's a more conservative quarterback. So, and I get that. But, I mean, again, I'd like to see a Lombardi trophy before I die, hopefully, but Tua, he just seems like he when the lights are the brightest, the times are the biggest, he can't modify his game to the moment.
Well, he has been improving every year. I will say that about him. But
I mean, I agree. I'd like to see a Lombardi trophy before I die too. And I mean, I might have been there for the 2 wins we had, but hell, I can't remember that far back. I was only 5 and 6 years old. All I remember is the excitement in my grandfather's face.
You were older than that, but that's okay.
Oh,
I'm an old fart, okay? Leave me alone.
Oh shit, John crazy, man.
Hey, Papa Paul, it's always great to be an old fart, to live to be an old fart. So salute to you, sir.
It is because I got a granddaughter that calls me an old fart.
Oh boy.
I think they're gonna get 2 or 4 years. Like he's gonna be here. Tua's gonna be in Miami until like 2027 for real. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, it just goes back to
They going if I was the Miami Dolphins, I'm gonna let you. I'm probably gonna make y'all laugh, but 4 years, we'll get him. Look, 20 million. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say it like that.
Here's a question for the whole panel. Here's a question for the whole panel. We extend Tua. Say, for example, we don't make the playoffs next year. He gets hurt or what have you. He regresses. And we decide, hey, he may not be the guy. Now, what do? Who takes him? What do we do? Tear it down to the stars? Start over.
All right, so let's start over. So what we're gonna do is, right, we can't even look that far to start with that problem to get through the first problem first, which is he going to get the extension first? And I think the majority of this panel believes that Tua is going to get the extension.
He's getting it.
For me, I would rather listen. Wait. For me, I would rather have Tua as our quarterback than rolling the dice and going out there again and trying to find another quarterback.
I agree.
We'll be right back in the same hole again. And then if we
same
don't,
predicament.
it's going to be in the same. Exactly, we'll be right in the same predicament as all over again. So,
but he has to have a clause in his contract about retiring as well, because that's a concern for a lot of people that he might retire early if he has another season like this year before last.
And really, we don't have the resources to go and get a good quarterback. Plus, the front office going to do what they want to do anyway. So we can
I was about to say,
and say this and that. The front office is going to do what they want to do, and what we have to do as Dolphin fans is go along with the front office. Plain and simple.
Hey, Chris. Hey, look, you think Chris Greer and Mr. Ross the boss? You think he listening to what we saying? Hell no.
No, I thought he was on this podcast listening.
For all we know, you never know. OJ listens quite a bit.
He does.
Hey, OJ McDuffie, if you listen, I got a TikTok. You should come to my TikTok. I speak the truth about the Miami Dolphins for real. Like, people get mad at me, and I'm like, bro. Like, I told a dude the other day, I said, he was like, so what you think about Christian Wilkinson, Miami? I was like, and if Chris Greer and Ross give him a contract and he don't want that, I said, ship his ass out, bro. And he was like, he said, you really for real? I said, yeah, I'm for real. Like, bro, you can go. Then I said, you can either go get, trust and believe, we can probably go get Aaron Donald. If Christian Wilkinson don't want to be in Miami, yo, ship his ass out of here. I say my favorite saying 1, 2, 3 out the door.
I think he wants to be. He just wants more guaranteed money. But and honestly, Sealer's not going to be the same without him. He takes a lot of heat off Sealer to get through the line. I mean,
they complement each other to me.
I think Christian Wilkinson was kind of pissed that Zach Ziller got that deal during the off season.
Well, Ziller's contract is nothing comparatively. I don't think he was pissed because he got half the money that Wilkins is wanting. So
not even half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it's that time. I got to get out. I got to be up early.
Good seeing you, John.
Peace, love, and fins
Peace,
up.
love, and fins up, guys. Enjoy.
Fins up.
Yep. See you later.
Have a good one, guys.
I just think, me personally, I think, you know, as I look at film, David Long was, if I'm not mistaken, he was like
David Long was a beast.
He was like number 2 against the run this year. Number 2, he was balling. So we got to get him back.
Well, Wilkins.
Now, I will tell you this, and this is a hot topic as well in other spaces. Javon Holland. Now, Javon Holland, he was ranked amongst the top safeties in the league. Well, he's had 3 interceptions in 3 years. So, I mean, my man, you want the bag.
Too.
And you want the bag. I beg to differ. I mean, I like Javon Holland. I love him.
He sound like Xavier Howard because, like I told my friend the other day, I said all these since Xavier Howard been in Miami, the Miami Dolphins front office, he would negotiate his contract every year, and the Dolphins kept giving him more money. Like, bro.
Well, part of it was our own fault. Our front office's part of it was our front office's fault. They went and paid Jones more than him to get him out of Dallas, and he wasn't even the best. I mean, Xavier was the best cornerback on the team and played like it, and that's why he wanted to get paid the next year. I mean, and ever since he got his bag, he has not been producing like he did at all.
No, the last 2 years he's been playing injured, and it's just it is what it is. You know, you can't fight injuries. I mean, you wish them the best, and when it doesn't happen, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
No.
Well, wasn't there a rip with Brandon Jones and our Miami Dolphins? Some kind of rip? Because I keep thinking there was a little.
He got hurt and he had surgery and he never was the same. I mean, he couldn't even walk again. But
I feel like that was BS, Sean. Because
where is he now? Though he got picked up by somebody, right?
Yeah, I feel like if you're on the sideline, bro. Like, that means you can go out there and play. Like, that's how my football coach used to tell me when I used to play college. Oh, if you out there at practice, you want to be out there. Like, I feel like Byron Jones just took all our money. Like, for real.
From what I'd heard, he could sprint, but he couldn't cut anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And so people saw him on the sidelines running a straight line, but that was it.
Yeah.
But,
okay.
You could have put him on special teams. I'm just playing. Hey, look, you run straight on special teams, right? You could put him on special teams.
Well, there's where I'm befuddled when Mike McDaniel says our special teams coach is not the problem.
Yeah, why is he still here though? The guy our special teams has been a problem. Our special teams has been a problem every year, and our special teams cost us that Buffalo game.
And that's because Mike McDaniel believes he is not the problem, that he can fix the problem.
But yet, some kind of
the last 2 years we've been the worst special teams in the NFL.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know. Every time we play Buffalo, look, I don't like saying their name. They kick returns always run. No matter when we play them, they always get a kick return on us. Every time.
That punt return. I made the stupid comment of saying, "Why is he returning it from the 5?" And
you shouldn't have said that because when I seen our players collide with each other and he made that cut, I was like, oh
yeah.
no.
And
And
then
guess who that was? That was
that's the play that Good went and took out like 3 guys and then got hurt.
yeah. I was like, ain't this a I was cussing up a storm. She was like, boy. I was like, ain't this a bitch? I was like, yo, he right there. You gonna miss the tackle? Like, how you miss a tackle? I could have made that tackle. I at least would have did it. Grab his face mask, bro, or something.
Hot, bro. I was hot. I was really hot because I was in the 300s, and I'm just like looking. I was just, you can fry egg off me because I was hot.
You had a bird's eye view.
Yeah, but last year in special teams, they were missing a lot of tackles last year. I mean, they improved a little bit, but still the special teams just look bad. Period.
Man, no, you talking about the whole season they were looking bad, yo. When the first game we played the Chargers, the dude I remember that because I recall all the Dolphin games. I was like, oh my goodness. Then oh my goodness. Yeah, our special team been trash for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And this is how I feel about Jason Sanders. Like Mike McDaniels, he needs to believe in Jason Sanders because Jason Sanders, like, he locks in. Jason Sanders locks in. Like when time it need to be real, Jason Sanders locks in. Like for real. Like
but
not all the time. He did this past year. The year before, he missed a number of big kicks. Jason Sanders did.
He still was not even in the top 15 this year, though.
But he got.
Well, that's because we were scoring touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we scored a mad touchdown.
You'd rather get a touchdown than a field goal, and we got a ton of touchdowns.
I'm still wondering why we switched punters this past year.
Yeah. Didn't we have?
They always switching punters.
Didn't we have a guy named Turk on our team?
Yeah, his number of years ago. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm not talking about that. We had one that was on that was another Turk that was on our team.
Matt Turk.
Yes, it was. Yeah, he was. He was.
That was his son.
That
was his son.
Right.
Yeah, his son.
Yeah, but he didn't make the team.
Mm-hmm. No, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, he was there, but I mean, Jake Bailey was. I mean, the punter.
He was a lot better punter this year than last year. Definitely.
No, last year we had Thomas Morstead. Man, listen, Thomas Morstead got a rocket. Thomas Morstead when he was in New York last year, Thomas Morstead was booming them punts. I was like, bro.
He was with the Jets, right?
Huh?
Yeah,
he was with the Jets last year.
And he's a free agent again because they only signed him a 1-year deal.
Yeah, man, this one is putting in. Hey, y'all about to get some snow there with us. Y'all about to get some snow?
We're not gonna get snow, but it's not like a freight train on the side of my house.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we gotta get some snow. Yeah,
it's like it literally sounds like a freight train. Like,
where do you live?
Hey, watch this, y'all. Papa Paul, you want some snow? Y'all need some snow in South Florida or Florida?
It's a different kind of snow there.
Sure do. It's warming up down here.
We get snow. Yeah,
it's different snow though. Yeah.
Yeah, it is different snow. It is. But right now we just got to go through this cold front for the next 2 days, and then it's going to go back in the 50s and 60s on the current. So hopefully this is like maybe the beginning of spring, maybe up here.
Yeah.
But the only problem with that is a whole nother subject with a whole bunch of foolishness that comes with nice weather.
Yeah.
So,
where are you at?
Philadelphia.
We're on the news. We're on the world.
I live right up the street here. I live in Maryland.
Okay.
Oh, with all these Raven fans, like they irks me. They be like, yeah, when y'all went, like the dude next door, his wife is a Steelers fan and he a Raven fan. He was like, when y'all go to the Super Bowl? He said, when y'all gonna go to the Super Bowl? I was like, man, just leave me alone. He was like, he said,
he was talking like they were gonna make it this year.
Yeah. So he was like, he told me, he said, he said, y'all get rid of Tua. He said that'd be the biggest mistake in Miami, bro, because Tua gonna go here, go somewhere else, and light y'all ass up. I was like, man, don't say that, bro. Please don't say that.
And well, I said that. I just recently said that.
Yeah, man, you was talking about that. I was like, bro.
People that I said that is my worst nightmare. If the Miami Dolphins let that man go and he come back on another team, he gonna scorch us.
He gonna scorch us.
And that wouldn't be the first time Miami did something like that.
Oh, it wouldn't be the first. Wes Walker.
Exactly.
Yeah, why do you give him to the team in your division though? That's what I never got.
Man, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, he went over there shining with Mr. Brady. Like, now I can say his name ain't in the NFL no more. Tom Brady. Yeah.
I tell anybody that, and us not taking Drew Brees and took Culpepper instead. I mean, no disrespect to Culpepper. I met him in person. He's a really cool guy.
Of course.
Yeah, but when we brought Culpepper in, he was already banged up and done up. That's why I didn't understand that.
Man, that was good old Nick Saban. That was Nick Saban.
Nick Saban said the reason why he left is because he got overruled for that. But
real quick, Vic Fangio did not have anything to do with the draft really last year. So
yeah, what's up with him getting Cam Smith and not playing him at all? And
Cam Smith, from what I heard, either did or said something that Fangio just put him in the doghouse and said, "That's it."
Yeah.
Well, he should have put Eli Apple and Connor Koo in the dog. Both of them were playing like straight trash.
Yeah, and he had Melvin Ingram guarding people. I mean, it was crazy, some of the stuff I saw. I mean, that one game against Buffalo, when he lined everybody up in the end zone.
Like, why you don't have Xavier Howard or Jalen Ramsey on Diggs? You got Kader Koo, and that's why I was telling my friend, man, he didn't blitz.
Well, at the same time, now on something else, for Raphael was asking, is Weaver going to have a chance to get players he wants? And it's like Hooked Up Joe saying they're giving him flexibility to hire his own staff, even over popular coaches. So he's probably got say in free agency and the draft as far as what he wants for his part of the team.
I think so.
I keep hearing is Clowney.
I hear Clowney and Patrick Queen. Like I told my friend, I said, the Dolphins were trying to get Clowney like a couple of years ago. He said he didn't feel like their organization was up to proper. So why would you?
It's a different organization now, right? I mean, you got a different coach. We just got everybody saw that we were named the number one team by all the players in the league that they'd want to play for, which is huge. I mean, and we also have Weaver coming over now, who was his coach last year. So that helps as well. But
hey, listen, so take this, Sean. So what you think about getting Patrick Queen and releasing Baker?
I think Baker, he's not earning his contract right now. I mean, he's getting paid quite a bit. I could see us switching out from him, definitely.
Real quick, I got to say something on the whole Miami Dolphins is the team everyone wants to play for right now. On that whole list, Kansas City was the worst team. But they won.
They made the Super Bowl.
So it's kind of a backwards,
it's cold
kind of thing,
bro.
Yeah, that minus 29 wind chill in the playoffs. Nobody wants to play there.
Everybody want to.
I'd rather play in Miami.
You can go to the stadium in shorts and a white T-shirt, and you ain't got to worry about that. Right. If it were me, I would want to play in warm weather. Like now, I live in Maryland. I'm from Miami. Hey, I don't like this. Like, especially when we got the snow. Oh no! Hey, I'm looking like. Have you ever seen the Bubble movie with the dude who look like a big tire? The big tire. Yeah. Nah, bro. Hey, listen. We got to be in South Beach.
Yeah. And then we got our players trying to play without sleeves and shit in that weather too. Just to...
yeah, Tyreek. Christian Wilkinson. Hey, I'm glad my quarterback played that went out there and playing smart though, but it is what it is. I don't even. Then I had jokes on Mike McDaniel say he's looking like what's the rapper with the nose
Yeah.
You talking
I was
about
like, bro.
with the clock. Yeah.
you
I
talking
was
about
like, bro.
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
I know who you
Well,
talking
all
about.
you people on YouTube watching us, please make sure you hit the like and subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed.
But yeah, that's yep. So I'm excited, to be honest. I'm excited to see what the Dolphins gonna do. Well, in the draft, me, I want them to go draft offensive lineman. The dude from
Unless
the
a
Jets.
really good tight end drops down, but I don't know if one will drop that's in the
I
top
was
10.
saying, hey, look,
Are we
I
gonna
was
use it?
saying,
Will we use it if we
We
get
got
tight end from
we got
Georgia.
we got almost 2 months till the draft. Right now, I'm more want to see who we retain. I'll
Yeah,
worry
we
about the
definitely need
draft.
to.
I'll start worrying about the draft about the beginning of April.
Well, then we'll
Yeah,
have a better idea of who's on our team too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because the free agent starts March 13th, I think.
Yep, starts in March.
12th or 13th, yeah.
Yep, starts in March.
Oh my goodness, that's gonna be very stressful. I want Derrick Henry. That's why I want Derrick Henry to come to Miami.
That'd be nice, but he'd have to. I mean, he made a comment a couple weeks ago saying that Miami was the team that he wished would have drafted him, and now he's saying that he wants to go to Miami. So he's still stating it even after.
Chris Hey, I call him Chris Greasy and Ross the Boss. Them two can work. They can work magic. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, the free agency. The free agency does start March 13th at 4 p.m.
If they can work the cap, if they can work the cap space, ain't no issues with that. Bringing in there.
Teams are allowed to negotiate with free agents starting March 11th at noon.
Oh.
I would bring Derrick Henry in, get rid of Jeff Wilson, keep Mustard, Chain, and Chris.
They're gonna have to get either. They're gonna have to get rid of Mostert to get Derrick Henry.
I don't know. Mostert's paid not very much.
No. Not the way Mostert playing.
And Mostert's only paid like what 1.5 or 2 million. I can't remember. It's under 2 million a year, I believe, though.
No, I think they won't get rid of Mostert. Nope. If they get rid of somebody, it'd be Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, and Ahmed.
Well, Joe Riss is asking if we move on from Baker, who would we get in free agency to
Patrick Queen. Patrick Queen from. Hey, listen, Patrick Queen. I ain't a fan of Baker though. I ain't never been a fan of Jerome Baker. To me, he's slow. He can't tackle like that. And I'm just being honest. Like, he can't tackle. He's slow for real. Like,
good night, Charles Kirby. You have a good night, my brother. Peace, love.
Other Dolphin fans love Jerome Baker.
I love Jerome Baker. I'll be honest with you. I love the man.
I think we misused him because I didn't think he was good as a inside linebacker, maybe outside, but not an inside. It looked like he wasn't comfortable being the inside linebacker. That's just my opinion.
He was kind of our quarterback too, right? On the defensive side, he's the one that was calling. He definitely was a step up over Riley.
What's up, Shake?
I like David Long though. I'm glad.
That guy was a monster.
Yeah.
Against the run, he wasn't as good.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Shake?
But he got better though doing the coverage. I'd rather have him in coverage than Duke Riley and Baker because both of them be burned. They get burned all the time. When we played the Bills, that's all the Buffalo Bills kept running their little running back out the backfield. I was like, bro.
You talking about Cook, brother?
Yeah, kept running. They kept doing real routes out the backfield. Baker, Then Duke Riley, I was like, oh my, like, bro, like, what in the world?
Well, Baker wasn't
My
playing
man.
that. He was hurt, right?
Hey, what's going on? What I missed? Did we trade Christian Wilkins yet?
No.
Hope not.
No.
Here we
We have
go.
not traded him yet.
Shake stirring up the pot.
No, we gotta do. I didn't forget about our wager. I didn't forget about our wager. I'll be looking forward to a nice jersey.
Hey,
I don't think we have to sign him before we can trade him, right? He's a free agent this year.
He's a free agent, and it's either going to be, if they don't work something out, they'll tag him.
they could do it. What's the tag? Is it the it's not the franchise? What's the other tag? The
Exclusive?
It's a
Is it called
franchise
exclusive?
tag.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Exclusive tag. I'm sorry. Yeah.
what is the
And that's
one that's
where-
called with the two? The transfer. What is the other?
No, it's an exclusive tag that they get to.
He
They
can
would
go
get
talk to
compensated.
whoever.
They
Yeah.
can go talk
And
to
we get-
whoever, but
Yeah, the
we get-
non-exclusive tag. You talking about the transition tag?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the transition
okay.
tag. Yeah.
And we get
Yeah.
what 2 first-round draft picks if somebody signs him and gets him from us.
Hey, I think that would be a good thing for the Miami Dolphins. Do that. Hey, Stephen Ross and Chris Wood, do that to see if
Yeah.
somebody. Yeah.
Yeah, but Christian Wilkins ain't no Warren Sapp, so he ain't getting no 2 second round
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Here we go.
Hey,
Yo,
Shake,
hey,
it's good
Paul.
they
Hey,
Miss Pebble
Paul.
not here.
Hey, Paul. Wait. Hey, Paul. Mr. Paul. Hey, Paul. I think
Yes,
we
sir.
should sit there and just cut Shake Money's mic off right
Yeah, man.
Because he's why you going to sit there? You know Christian Wilkins going to get his bread too. You know that, right?
Yeah, listen. I knew your Dolphins' name was Winters, but I didn't know it was Winter Stalin. Over here trying to control
Which
free
is-
speech.
Man, yeah, y'all tripping.
Oh,
Oh man, but no, I'm like this. It's going to be interesting how they actually decide what they're going to do, what direction they're going to go in. Like I keep telling people, with Weaver's system, we're gonna is linebacker heavy. So you're going to have to bring some linebackers in. And you're going to have to sit there and move some pieces around that defense that we're throwing.
that's why I said Patrick Queen. And
That's
it's huh?
Like, Mike, that's the guy I was talking about. That's the one I was saying that was on. He was on either the NFL channel or ESPN. He the one saying that the team already had our offensive scheme figured out. He was the guy that was talking about that.
Oh, Patrick Queen, he a good
Yeah, he was the one. He's from the Ravens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Number
guy. That's the one I was
Yeah.
talking. That's the guy was saying that
Patrick
about
Queen, he
Dolphins.
beats.
Listen, we
It'll
could
be
train
interesting.
anybody. We could train anybody to grab Josh Allen's junk. Okay, so we don't need Christian Wilkins for that.
Oh boy, Shake,
Yo,
Hey,
we
you
did
stirring up the
not.
pot.
Excuse me, sir.
Christian Wilkins, though.
You say stuff like this with Friday night. You don't do
Christian
that
Wilkins-
here on the WCFL.
Christian Wilkins
That's for
is
Friday
a
nights,
beast
my
against
friend.
the run, though,
That is
guys.
not for Wednesday night.
What you say, Sean?
Christian Wilkins is a
I'm
beast
gonna be-
against the
I'm gonna be
run. He's the best. Christian Wilkins
Yeah.
is a beast against the run. He's the best. One of the best. I think he's the best defensive lineman in the last 2 or 3 years, stopping the run. And this year, I mean, he was told that he needed to get more sacks. He did. So,
Yeah, 'cause
but
they
it's a
ain't gonna
contract
lie.
year. I hope it's just not for
I
the
ain't gonna lie.
bad. But
They trip. Hey, they do him like Aaron Donald, but I ain't mean to say that, y'all. Because Aaron Donald is that guy. Aaron Donald,
I got a question for you, Shake.
Yes.
I know you're the wine connoisseur and everything, but how do you hold your liquor?
With our ears.
Exactly. Okay. At least you got that question right.
Oh my goodness. You just get shake money off get going now. Let's get him started.
Oh man.
Mm-mm-mm.
What's the difference between a dog and a fox?
One's a
Mike
dog,
must have
one's a
heard it.
fox, one's a hottie, one's not.
One about 10 beers.
That's about right.
You not doing that on you not doing that with you not doing
Oh boy, y'all got
Oh,
shake started.
This is not comedy hour to shake their money tonight. We're not doing that tonight. We not.
I told
No.
y'all not.
I'm
I
on
told
a
y'all
whole
not to
nother
get shake
planet.
started.
Here we go. Oh my God. All serious though, and I know it's a little bit off the subject, and I know me and Shake are doing a wrestling podcast at the end of March. But sad to say that two wrestling legends passed away this couple days. Ole Anderson from the original Four Horsemen, and
Hey, don't forget Virgil. Yeah.
Virgil, yeah.
Yeah, Virgil passed away also with his bout. He had a bad bout with cancer. So definitely, I want to send my thoughts and prayers to his family and their families. That was my childhood. Both wrestlers was my childhood. NWA and old WWF. They were both my childhoods. I never got a chance to see Ole wrestle in person, but I got a chance to watch him on TV every Saturday or Sunday, and it was crazy on NWA. With Virgil with the $1 Million Man, you couldn't miss that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was his ballet, and he did all the work and all that stuff. And he actually wrestled at one point as well too. So but it's sad. That's why I always say you got to enjoy this thing called life because you just don't know when it's going to be taken away. That's all the truth.
That's why we say don't take today for granted because you might not see tomorrow.
It's not promised to you. It's not promised to you.
That's why I always, since my dad passed away of colon cancer, I always make sure I tell my mom, look, I love you. Cause my mom, she works for like the city. She work with mentally challenged people. Like she hurt her back today once. My mom, she was at the hospital all day today.
You mean mentally challenged people like people who want to trade Wilkins?
Uh-oh.
No. We mean mentally challenged like
Oh man.
It was there. I had to.
Well, but not
he'll get me back. Don't worry.
Of course.
No, I'm not worried.
You about to get Shake started.
I know you're not worried, Shake. I know you'll get me back one day.
Oh man,
bro. Shake got that look on his face, boy. Oh my goodness.
I got none.
Wait, what are you drinking, Shake?
Let me tell you, Shake has the good ones.
Just drinking water. Throws up the hill.
Okay. Yeah, all right.
Shake always has some good ones. It's not often you can pull one off on Shake.
Nope.
Oh man.
Well, fellas, it's 10:30, 10:31. I'm gonna call it a night. My back is starting to kill me some.
Yeah.
Anybody got any last words? Who wants to start off?
Well, I'd like to just say it was nice talking to all you guys.
You're more than welcome anytime, Sean.
Man, you got a lot of knowledge, bro.
8:45 we start. An occasional special shows here and there.
Yeah, please come back, man, because you got good knowledge of the game.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Mountie, any last words, Mountie?
Hey, again, it's always an honor and a pleasure to be on the show for bringing me up. Papa
You there, Mountie?
Again, you've always been the picture of our fan community. So salute again to you, sir. Crazy Dolphin, you as well. Patriarchs in our community to try to, to mend us together. But bitch and moan with us too sometime when needed. So hey man, salute to you and fins up to everybody else, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Peace,
Appreciate
man.
you.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Fins
Mike,
up, guys.
I want to thank Papa Paul, Winters, and it's an honor always to be on y'all show. I be talking about y'all on TikTok, and Winters he always come on my TikTok, and we be talking about Dolphin, and he let people know this Miami Dolphin thing is not just for one day, not for 2 days, not for a season. It's a lifestyle, and he always say that.
yes, it is. Yes, it
And
is.
peace. And he always let people know peace, love, and Dolphins. Yeah, he always.
Peace,
He always.
love,
Yeah.
and
By the
fins-
way, in winter,
peace,
send me
love,
the
and
link to his
fins up.
TikTok so I can subscribe. By the way, it was nice
Yes,
meeting
sir.
you, Mark and Sean. It was nice meeting you guys.
Nice meeting you guys too.
Any last
Oh
words?
yeah, I do. Hey, Shake. I got some crazy takes on TikTok too. It
Okay.
wants to be yeah.
Hey, by the way, one last thing. How do you make Manny Shevitz wine?
Say what now?
How do you make Manny Shevitz wine?
Uh-oh. I told you y'all got to get started.
I'm not touching that.
You kick him in the balls.
Oh man.
Oh no.
Raphael, thank you for joining us, Raphael. Over there, you have a good night yourself, Raphael.
All right. Hey, Winters, I'm about to just probably start a live up on TikTok and stuff. I know you probably.
I'll let you
I know you
tomorrow,
probably
Mike.
gotta get off. You probably got to get some sleep and stuff.
I gotta get up, man.
Any last
all
words?
right.
In the morning.
All right,
right.
Mike. Take it easy now.
All right.
And it was good seeing you this weekend, Paul.
Mr. Polk, any last words?
All I got to say is thanks for having me on the show. Papa Paul, Dolphin winners. Shake, my brother, is always good to see you. Sean,
here, my brother.
this my first time meeting you, man. And it was a pleasure. You got, like I said, you got a good amount of knowledge of the game. So I do hope you come back.
It was nice meeting you guys as well. And it was good seeing Paul this weekend down there. I don't know if you saw my cover photo, Paul, but we got one from the 99 mile right after that. One of the pictures up there that has all of us. So,
Okay, no, I haven't had a chance to look at it. I want to thank everyone for joining us, having a wonderful time, keeping us going. Y'all need to be on the lookout because it could be a Wednesday night. We might be doing a special show, but I've made a lot of contacts with some alumni and even current players who are interested on being on the show.
Okay.
So if y'all just keep an eye out, I'll be posting it. I may not say, who the current player is at the time, but I might just say we are having a current player on tonight. When I post it.
Just like to thank everybody. I just want to thank everybody that was just on the panel tonight and everybody that was in the comments section on Facebook and on YouTube and everybody that continues to support us. We appreciate you and thank you for that very much. And this is fun. I tell everybody I wouldn't be doing it if I wasn't feeling like this is fun. This is fun for me. This is my release and this is what I enjoy. Sean, you're welcome back at any given time. Definitely looking forward to having you back on the show. Shake, I'll be seeing you probably in about a couple of days anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
With his show starting around 7:30. Mr. Polk, I know I'll see you around also. My brother from Paul, you already know. All of this would not be as possible if it wasn't for you, my friend, and you asking me. We over a year, so we're gonna keep this ball rolling, man. I appreciate you, man.
Shake, y'all make sure you catch Shake on TFTG doing his Shake Money thing.
Yeah. And then also, don't forget season 2 of In the Blender. I'm gonna be doing. I got I got lined up. I got EM Dolphin fan. I got Fin Sanity 5. I got a bunch of people lined up to do in the show this for season 2. So I'm excited for that one as well.
And you're still rolling with Insomnia too, right?
Yeah, of course. Me and Crypto. We're doing a. By the way, we're doing a deep dive into the AFL, and then being, like I said, one thing about Black History is being it's Black History Month. I'm also going to doing a dive into the first Black general manager, which was Lloyd Wells, and the very first Black overall pick in the draft was Buck Buchanan. So it's going to be. I'm going to be talking about how the AFL got started. And then I'm gonna be doing deep dives into each team. So,
well, with that being said, everyone, y'all have a wonderful night. God bless y'all, and peace, love, and fins up, everyone.
Fins up.
Peace, love,
Fins up.